In a car that hummed like a sleepy bee, on a road of twists through whispering trees, a girl named Chihiro pressed her face to the glass, watching the world slip quietly past. Her parents spoke of new beginnings, of moving boxes and hopeful winnings, but her heart felt small, a trembling spark, as if she'd been carried into the dark. Then a stone tunnel rose from the earth like a mouth from an ancient creature's birth. Moss clung to arches worn and bowed, as though inviting them into secrets it owed. The wind held its breath, the sky grew still, curiosity tugged stronger than will. They stepped inside that shadowed throat, their footsteps fading like a whispered note, and out they came into a world askew, sunset crimson, sky tinged blue. Empty stalls lined a silent street, yet the air was warm and thick with heat. Chihiro tugged at her mother's hand, pleading softly for them to stand. But drawn by sense of food and feast, her parents ate like newly freed beasts. Steaming dishes rose like clouds, flavors calling soft and loud, yet as they ate, their shadows swayed, something ancient watched, delayed. Chihiro stepped back, fear in bloom, sensing hunger, sensing doom. For as dusk spilled across the square, spirits woke in the thickening air. Lanterns flickered, doors unfurled, and from the depths emerged the world of gods and beasts and dreaming light, a bustling realm that bloomed from night. Transparent faces glided by, hooting, whispering, drifting high. A boat of lanterns kissed the shore, releasing souls forevermore. Chihiro gasped, her heart beat wild, she felt less girl, and more lost child. Then came a boy with eyes like dew, ancient, tender, strangely true. "You shouldn't be here," he cried fast. "Run now, run, before you're cast into this world with no way back, before the night shifts pitch and black." He gave her breath, he gave her name, he shielded her from unseen flame. "Hold tight to who you are inside, and never let your memory hide." The bathhouse towered, glowing bright, windows laughing with spectral light. Frogs croaked orders, soot specks toiled, water simmered, tempers boiled. The witch Yubaba, fierce and grand, with talons sharp and greedy hand, stole Chihiro's name in curling script, binding her fate in magic equipped. Sen, she named her, so short, so cold, a chain made not of steel, but hold on identity slipping through, memory washed in foreign dew. Yet Sen stood firm, her trembling slight, she bowed her head, but braced for fight. Among boiler rooms and steaming pipes, where soot spirits carried coal in stripes, she worked with heart, she worked with fear, she worked until her path grew clear. Kamaji, with arms like spider thread, grumbled low but quietly fed her trust through tea and whispered lore, unlocking secrets of the floor. Lin protected her like an older sister, calling her rookie, teasing her, but quicker to guard her from the harsh unknown, she taught her how to stand alone. The river spirit arrived one night, a roaring sludge of filth and blight, stinking swamp and poison pain, yet Sen stood firm through the strain. She dug through muck, she pulled and cried, until a bicycle tumbled aside, and from the waste emerged serene the spirit's form, once wise and clean. He soared away in watery gleam, leaving gold in trails of dream. But gold in hands of greedy beasts turns kindness sour, twists warmth to least. No face watched from balcony still, lonely, soft, with empty will. Sen's kindness opened wide a door, no face swallowed more and more. Gold turned guests to groveling swine, consumption roared down every line. But Sen did not fear his monstrous size, she met him with honesty in her eyes. "You don't need this," she calmly said, offering him a purifying thread, a herbal cake from river's grace. No face gagged, shrank back in place. He followed her meekly, step by step, shedding desires he once kept. And onward then the tale flowed deep, to where lost memories learned to speak. Sen rode the train across silent seas, where time moved slow like drifting leaves. Through empty stations, ghostly halls, where distant echoes brushed the walls. There sat no face quiet, mild, no longer monster, but gentle child. The landscape glided, pale and blue, like folded dreams in shades anew. Her thoughts wandered to Haku's warm gaze, the dragon boy of tangled maze. For he lay wounded, scales undone, torn by spells Yubaba had spun. Zeniba waited at journey's end, the witch's sister, not foe but friend. She welcomed Sen with hearth and thread, with kindness Yubaba's glare had shed. In spinning wheel and braided rope, Sen found courage, found new hope. Zeniba's home was small, but bright, peace made real in candlelight. Do not forget your name, she warned, the part of you that's never torn. With charm in hand and heart renewed, Sen felt her courage rise imbued. She raced back homeward, winds embraced across the rails where spirits paced. Back to Haku, whose dragon form soared through clouds in swirling storm. There fall through sky, a gentle drop, her memory unlocked the knot. You are the river I once knew, Kohaku, flowing clear and true. The spell broke soft like warming clay, his name returned, lighting the way. They landed safe where flowers shook, and Haku smiled with tender look. You freed me, whispered breath so small, and now I'll guide you through it all. At last she faced the final test, pigs in rows, by spells possessed. Yubaba sneered with twisted grin, ready for Sen to fail again. But Sen stepped forward calm and true, none of these pigs belong to you. And with those words, the curse withdrew, her parents freed, the contract through. The bathhouse roared with swirling cheer, some sorrow soft, some joy sincere. Haku led her out the door, to that old field she'd walked before. Don't look back, he softly said, ahead is where your steps are led. Her fingers slipped from his at last, like petals floating slowly past. She walked the tunnel, heart unsure, her courage new, her spirit pure. On the other side, the world was still, sunlight resting on valley and hill. Her parents called with puzzled tone, unaware of how far she'd flown. She breathed one last, long sacred sigh, a whisper drifting to the sky, for though she left that world behind, her heart was changed, her strength refined. And somewhere far where spirits dance, where rivers glisten in silver trance, a dragon boy looks to the breeze, remembering courage born from unease. 4 names are seeds and love the air, and through the worlds that stories share, a girl once frightened, trembling, small grew brave enough to face it all. And even now, when shadows fall, if one should listen through night's sprawl, they might just hear her whispered plea, I'll never forget what you gave me. For courage is the doorway wide, and love the hand that walks beside. And through the realms of dusk and dew, the spirit's path remains true, a place where children lost in fear find the heart that brings them near, and worlds that open once again for those who carry the name of Sen.